Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Katt Williams, who has broke the internet still. The interview has not even been out an entire week, you guys, and there is already, from the interview with Shannon Sharpe that aired last week, it's probably going to be 34 million by the time this video uploads, but it's on pace to hit 40 million this week, you guys. Like, this is bigger than anything. The only thing that is bigger than Club Shay Shay is Joe Rogan. And really, Shannon Sharpe has the tools, has what it takes to even surpass that and surpass what Joe Rogan is doing and be the #1 podcast. But in this particular video, we need to discuss the haters. We need to discuss the haters because the haters are out and in full force. The agenda is being pushed now to smear Katt Williams' name, to smear Shannon Sharpe, and they're not having it. They are not having it at all. Steven Jackson, former NBA player who co-hosts All the Smoke podcast with former NBA player Matt Barnes, got on live and was hating and talking about, well, if Katt Williams was on my show, I would have never let him get away with any of that. You know, he wouldn't have been able to talk all that. I would have stopped him right there and he wouldn't have been able to say X, Y, and Z. And it's like, that's why this is viral. Because Shannon Sharpe allowed Katt Williams to have the floor. Perhaps some of these people who do interviews should take notes. And the irony of hating on Shannon Sharpe, and Shannon Sharpe's interview on your podcast has the most views ever. Make it make sense. Has more views than the Kobe interview, has more views than all of these other former athletes. Shannon Sharpe nearly has views on your podcast, and on your podcast was giving you props to your face, and now you're hating because of Kevin Hart? Like, let's keep it a buck, you guys. Like, let's keep it a buck. This is what I mean. This confirms what Katt Williams says about there being gatekeepers in the industry and certain puppets who are going to continue to defend the gatekeepers no matter what. And then we have the Breakfast Club, who took a million years to respond. I know they'll probably say they were on vacation or whatever. But nonetheless, Charlemagne the God, he did these tactics that people do when they're trying to redirect the conversation and cause confusion and chaos and not directly answer the issues at hand, which was joking about, you know, when Katt Williams said that Steve Harvey's hair for the Steve Harvey show was a man unit. They were joking. They didn't know what a man unit was, and they've never heard of that before. And then Charlemagne went into this whole PR commercial for Kevin Hart and how amazing he is and how much he loves him and blah, 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 blah. And Kevin Hart worked so hard for the money and blah, 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 blah. And then concludes the segment with saying, we need to call out the white executives and everybody else who are partaking in these casting couch practices in order for black people to become famous, and that we need to name those names. And we shouldn't be tearing black people against each other. We shouldn't be pinning one against each other and going after the other comedians. We needed to go after the white executives, and just naming Harvey Weinstein, who is already in jail, isn't really moving the needle. And it's the audacity for me, because isn't the Breakfast Club the same platform that talks about any black celebrity and tears them down, except for Diddy, and just goes completely after them? Unless you are friends with a gatekeeper such as Kevin Hart, then all bets are off and you don't say anything. But your whole platform is tearing down black people. You literally made Little Mama cry in person, calling her Bow Wow and making fun of her to her face. Like, the only person who really checked you for what it was Monique and Birdman. But everybody else, you do not have the same smoke for. But once again, nobody should be surprised, because this is the same platform who will not say anything about Diddy, and then get on other podcasts and complain about the fans asking why they won't talk about Diddy, and that they're not going to utilize their platform to just quote-unquote tear everybody down. But it's okay for you to tear other people down. Make it make sense, you guys. So there is that. We have some bitter Bettys, we have some jealousy, we have some people who wish that Katt Williams was on their podcast so that they could get these millions of views. But the thing is, it would not be the same interview. They would not interview him or approach him the way Shannon Sharpe did. They would not sit back and allow Katt Williams to talk the way Shannon Sharpe did. And everything pretty much that Katt Williams has said has been verified by receipts because the internet never deletes. So everybody is pulling back old comedy specials, old jokes that both Cedric the Entertainer had as well as Steve Harvey had, and compared them against each other and what Katt Williams was talking about. Katt Williams said he was a track star. People didn't believe it, and then video emerges of him, how fast he ran, and how he's faster than 75% of the people in the country. So it's funny that people want to hate. They want to hate, number one, on Katt Williams because they like Kevin Hart. They're not even defending Steve Harvey or, Cedric the Entertainer. It's all about Kevin Hart because he's like the it guy. He's in all the big movies now. And, then they are upset because they wanted Shannon Sharpe to stop in the middle of the interview when Katt Williams was talking about Kevin Hart and shut down any negativity that was said about Kevin Hart. Make it make sense. Isn't the point of an interview for you to get on a platform and tell your truth? And tell what you're responding to? This isn't, he's not just coming for Kevin Hart out of nowhere. Kevin Hart has been blasting Katt Williams several times over the years. Right? He has a right to respond. And, Cedric the Entertainer, he thought everything was cool, that they squashed the beef until Cedric the Entertainer went and lied on Club Shay Shay. And, Steve Harvey and others, Ricky Smiley getting on Club Shay Shay and lying and saying that the role of Money Mike was his. And then he backtracks after the fourth statement and says, oh no, I was one of the auditions. So, again, people, don't be upset because your fave got exposed. This notion that your favorite celebrity, your favorite athlete, your favorite musician is perfect and hasn't potentially ran some people over to get to where they are right now is completely and utterly insane not to think about. The thing is, Katt Williams has the cojones to expose it, and other people do not because they want to keep their check. But that is why Katt Williams is independent. He's doing his own thing. He's not being sponsored by anybody, and he's doing his own tour, and he's selling out his own shows and has several specials. And between Netflix and all other platforms, I think he said he had 12, and he's in the 8-figure range now with Netflix as far as his next special that he's going to be filming in May of this year, you guys. So there is that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think of the haters who are hating on this viral interview? Obviously, nearly 35 million people do not believe that Katt Williams is just, a liar or is just saying stuff for shock value. He had a very unique way as a comedian in delivering the stories that he wanted to tell and invoking in certain humor. Some people caught some strays. Some people, I think some of the words Shannon Sharpe didn't know what Katt Williams was saying to elaborate. But nonetheless, he did a masterful job in owning the interview and coming in on his terms on what he wanted to speak about, came in, got the things off his chest about the people who were talking smack about him or had lied on him, and then went into his life. And then some people caught more strays down the way. But there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.